Last year I was made real embarrassed of Chicago. Around this time a year ago, my girlfriend and I vacationed in New York City. One of the first things we saw was Times Square. Times Square, I know. Everyone knows. What everyone might not know is that, with 360,000 pedestrian visitors a day, it might be the busiest place on Earth. It is also a thoroughly lucrative attraction, netting $4.8 billion in retail every year. Just for comparison's sake, Chicago's Magnificent Mile sees 22 million visitors a year, or about as many as Times Square sees in 2 months. For someone from Chicago, that's pretty intimidating. So when it got to be time to visit the place, I followed the strategy I normally follow when visiting something in my own city. I got within 10 minutes walking as the Google map flies, and began hunting for parking, preparing also to feed many quarters into a meter and have only 2 hours to see what I wanted to see. And this is what astonished me, people. There was no meter. There was no time limit. There was no restriction to permit holders. But there was parking, and it was something like 8 minutes away. I wandered around Times Square for about 3 hours, sat down and ate, took hundreds of pictures. Well, she did. And returned to my car to discover my car and nothing else. No tickets, no booths. I've had similar experiences in other cities: San Francisco, San Diego, and LA, Phoenix and Flagstaff, Milwaukee and Cleveland, Louisville, Indianapolis, St. Louis, and Minneapolis. But it just didn't hit me before New York City. Not until I was able to do this again for Central Park, Rockaway Beach, and the Statue of Liberty did it really dawn on me. Chicago is not the standard. You know, it would seem, if New York is the Big Apple, their motto for tourists is, "Come take a bite." I don't know what Chicago's would be. Probably something like, "No dogs allowed. That means you." When New York City has a GMP 2 times the size of Chicago's without doing the gouging we do, it makes it all look that much more pathetic. I was embarrassed of Chicago and our petty practices. What will it take for the people here to realize what such desperation entails? Are we really going to have to become Detroit before they see?